Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Kellzhits here from YouTube. If you are new here, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. If you are returning, welcome back. We're here today for another official video. We got a short day in the NBA today, only about 5 games. So let's get straight into it, man. Up first, we got the Chicago Bulls versus the Detroit Pistons. The line here is at -5.5, and the over-under here is set at 233.5. And the Chicago Bulls are 2 out of their last 5. They are looking to get Zach LaVine back tonight, though. You know, their leading scorer and actually their best player who's been out for a little while. But they did pick up a couple good wins here on the road where they just got done as an underdog against Toronto Raptors last game and they won outright. So they did win that, but they haven't been looking like a good team at all. They need Zach back. On the other end, Cade Cunningham, first-time All-Star, just got done putting up 40 points against the Dallas Mavericks. They were +1 underdogs in that game. But the line ended up changing and making it really even and making them the favorite +1 favorite by the start of the game. So I had put it out there and told y'all that the Detroit Pistons was going to win that game. So I hope y'all listened and followed them. And this one tonight, I believe that the Detroit Pistons, after their win, is going to keep it rolling, especially here at home, especially here against a conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are not really rolling as a team and not really rolling as covering spreads either, even though they did cover and went outright last game. Give me the Detroit Pistons -5.5 here at home. Cade Cunningham will be rolling in Detroit tonight following his 40-point night. Next up, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The spread here is at -13.5, and the over-under here is set at 236.5. Now, as we all know, the Dallas Mavericks just got done trading their superstar and franchise player Luka Doncic to Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. So the team is in a frenzy right now. The team is very shocked. The world is very shocked. And that's the reason why this spread has jumped from -11 yesterday to now -13.5 because of the trade. Because the team is not a team, honestly. You got new players coming in, franchise player going out. You just all over the place now, no matter where you're at as a team or how good in a conference or you were as a team. Things are about to start going downhill until you can figure out the new team that you are on and your new role with the new players. On the other end, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have just won 3 straight in a row. They just got done beating the Atlanta Hawks, who was on their back all year. I mean, they couldn't cover a spread or beat the Atlanta Hawks outright at all year. And this game, they covered their spread. This game, they won outright. This game, they got their revenge. I mean, they shouldn't have been losing to Atlanta anyway. If you're one of the best teams in the East, you shouldn't have been losing anyway. But it's the NBA and things happen. I believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers will be rolling here at home again for their 4th straight win, especially with Dallas Mavericks team in a frenzy that it is right now. Wouldn't trust Dallas Mavericks for nothing until you see at least them win 3 games in a row with their new roster. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Toronto Raptors. The spread here is at -5.5, and the over-under here is set at 219.5. Now, the Raptors have won 4 out of their last 5 games. They did just get done losing at home versus the Chicago Bulls. They were about -5, -6 favorites or something like that versus the Chicago Bulls, and was on a 5-game win streak at that time, looking to hit 6. You feel me? So they ended up losing outright at home versus the Bulls, which was very disappointing and shame. But they have been winning, even though they haven't been winning all year. On the other end, you got the Los Angeles Clippers. Very shocked and very happy for James Harden becoming an all-star this late in his career. A lot of comparisons to Dwayne Wade. I personally feel like in both their prime, you're going to have to give me James Harden only because not only did he won the MVP and averaged the most points per game almost in NBA history during that time, but he also didn't have Shaq like how Dwayne Wade had Shaq to win the NBA Finals. But that's a different conversation for a different day. I believe that the Toronto Raptors will get back on track after losing their last game at home. They're still at home tonight. They're going to get back on track and get some more wins back under their belt going into All-Star break as the Clippers are winding down and putting their players to bed going to All-Star break. Give me the Toronto Raptors +5.5. Next up, we have the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. The spread here is at -10.5, and the over-under here is set at 223.5. The 76ers have won 4 out of their last 5. They just got done losing at home to, it was a 3-point loss to the Denver Nuggets here at home following Tyrese Maxey 42-point night. Tyrese Maxey has been an all-star. He's been going off without Joel or without Paul George. So he's just been a one-man show, which I expect him to be because the other two are so injury-prone and just so pointless. It's time to trade them, boys. Honestly, just focus on building around Tyrese. On the other end, you got the Boston Celtics. They are 3 out of their last 5 games. As we all saw, Jason Tatum just got done hitting a game winner against the New Orleans Pelicans. They were heavy favorites in that game. Well, I wouldn't say heavy favorites, but I would say double digits favorites, and they ended up only winning on a game-winning shot. I told you guys to take the Pelicans to cover that spread, and that they would potentially win outright. They only lost on a game winner, so that would have been a big one. In this one, I do see both defensives showing up. The spread, the over-under was at minus 220 last night, and it's jumped to 223 to scare you, but I'm not going to allow that to happen. Give me the under 223.5 in this one. It's going to be a low-scoring affair. Last but not least, we got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The spread here is at minus 3.5, and the over-under here is set at 246.5. Now, the over-under yesterday was 240. Now, this morning is 246. It's a big jump. That's a 6-point jump. And in sports gambling world, all you sports gamblers know, every sports gambler know that's a wave and a whole day of a flip on the line. That's very, very, very noticeable if you are paying attention, though. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies have been 4 out of their last 5, and they have been dominant besides their blowout loss in New York. Everything was just wrong that game, I believe, but they have been dominant, been winning consistently. They've been one of the top teams in the West, and they're looking good. Ja Morant got them boys looking good this year. On the other end, the Milwaukee Bucks have just got done losing back-to-back games, one to the Spurs in a blowout loss and the other to the Blazers in a blowout loss. Those are 2 out of the worst 4 teams in the NBA that just got done getting killed by. It's a shame because Milwaukee was just rolling for a second. Now they just did a big stop. I don't know if it's the All-Star break coming up. I don't know if they just want to take a break. They just want to rest some of their players and stuff like that because they feel they're in a good position going into All-Star break. Don't want no injuries and nothing like that, but they have been looking terrible. I'm not going to trust the Milwaukee Bucks until they show me before the All-Star break or after the All-Star break that they care about winning again. Give me the Memphis Grizzlies plus 3.5 here at home. Again, if you are new here, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment of your choice. I appreciate all comments. If you're returning, thank you again for watching. I'll be back soon.